Hi everyone. So today I wanted to talk about not losing hope, keeping your hope. Sometimes you're going through a process whereby God is working on you, and you're in this process trying to do the right thing. You're trying to keep a positive mindset. You're encouraging yourself, and you're doing all these things, and you're going along this process. But there might come a time during this process where you might tend to feel um, like things are taking long, and you're getting tired of doing the right thing, tired of staying faithful, and you feel like you want to give up because you're feeling like um it just seems like it's going on and going on, and it doesn't seem as if it's going to come to an end. And sometimes it doesn't seem as if things are getting better. Sometimes it feels like it's getting worse rather than getting better. But one of the things they say is, like, when you're almost there, or so, it kind of gets harder, or it's darkest before the dawn, or so. It's kind of like when you're almost there at the end of the finish line, that's when you get tired. Let's say you go to school and you're in a semester. Well, you're doing a program, right? And you're coming to the end of that program. After a while, you're gonna get tired because you've been working hard whole through the whole program. Let's say the program might be a 4-year program, a 3-year program, and you come into the end of the program, you tend to feel tired, right? And maybe that's the time when you need to put in the most work, but then you're now feeling so tired, you don't know if you can do this anymore. But let's just say whatever it is, you don't go on it, you give up. Think about all the hard work that you put in that you're giving up on. Like, for example, you're going through this process, you're being faithful with God. You're not doing this, you're not doing that, you're keeping yourself and all these things, and then it feels like it's so hard to do, and sometimes you feel like there's no reward in this because you feel like you're just going around in circles or so. Let's just say you decide to give up, and say, what, forget all this, I'm just gonna go enjoy myself, have a good time or whatever. This race we're in, and this journey that we're in, we should always have at the forefront our the scene of eternity, because this life on earth here is temporary. And then we got to think about eternity. After this we got to deal with eternity. And what would you prefer, to enjoy and live a comfortable life here and not fulfill your purpose that God sent you here to fulfill, and then have to stand before him on judgment day and answer to him, and say, it was taking so long, and I was so uncomfortable and all these things, and then now you got to think about eternity. Like, this feels like a long time now, but think about eternity. How long is eternity if this feels long? And sometimes you tend to feel tired, and I can say this because I feel the same way. It takes a lot more to encourage yourself, a lot more to stay positive, to do the right thing, to develop yourself. You want to be better, you want to work on yourself, but it's hard because it's like pushing against the tide. It's so easy to go with the tide. Everybody going this way. So easy. You don't gotta think about nobody talking about you or looking at you strange, because you do what everybody else doing. If they look at you strange, you just gotta say, let everybody doing it. But it's kind of hard to swim against the tide, because it's like there's a force that's pushing you back in this direction, and you're striving to go in this direction, so it's harder. And that's the thing about positivity, staying positive, encouraging yourself, have a good mindset, striving to do the right thing, because sometimes you're encouraging yourself, oh, you don't, no worry, I can do this, but then all around you, you're seeing failure in this area. Every time you try, you fail. And you gotta keep encouraging yourself and whatever. And sometimes people might even come and say, "Why you don't give up?" You try like how many times, and you fail. Just give up. Maybe it's not for you. But let's look at all those people that achieve great things in this life. That invent this or invent that. You think this just one time they wake up and say, "Oh, let me just try making this thing," and they make it, and it came through. They had to keep trying and keep working on it and working on it, and they didn't give up at the 10th time they fail or whatever. They just kept going, and that's why they're where they're at right now. So just keep going, keep encouraging yourself, keep moving forward. It's all worth it. And right now, while you're in it, it feels like it's taking long and it's hard, and sometimes you get tired. It's kind of like the story with uh is it Elijah or Elisha? I'm not sure, but you can check that up. But they were they just did a great thing. They just um did this great miracle, and then this queen come, and she wants to know, kill him for what the great thing that he just did, right? By killing all the prophets. And he now felt so scared, like, oh my gosh, she's gonna kill me. So he's running for his life. He wanted to die because he's like, this is too much. But you know what God did? God gave him food and gave him rest. And when he woke up, he was ready to go again. So sometimes when we get tired, all we need is to just step back and take a break. Maybe get something to, go sit down somewhere and just have something. You don't think about nothing, just relax. Or maybe watch a nice funny movie where we can laugh and just relax and let go of some of the things that we in our minds and we're going at. And ask God to give us a refreshing spirit so we can go again. Listen to somebody, encourage you, and maybe went through the same thing that you went through, to encourage you. And there's some verses that I wanted to give you that would be encouraging to you, that you can keep reciting to yourself as you go through this journey and as you finish this chapter of your life. The first one that I usually used to recite in my head was in Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 3, and it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So it's kind of like, let's say for example you have this thing in your head, like this business that you want, or this book that you're going to write and all these things. Maybe God say you're going to do this, you're going to do that, and you're waiting like 10 years and you'll see nothing yet. But if God said it's going to come, it's going to come. No matter how long it takes to come, it's going to come. Keep that in your mind, that it's coming. It's coming. And it might make you seem like if you're crazy, like, I've been saying this 10 years now and nothing is happening, should I keep saying this? You feel like you're crazy. But if God says it's going to happen, it's going to happen. And you might feel like it should have happened already, but God is always on time. He's never late. So keep the hope and keep reciting to yourself that, what, though it's taking a while, it's coming. It's like I'm coming to visit you. 10 o'clock come, you don't come as yet, so wait, I come in, I'm still coming, maybe on the way I had to stop here, I had to do this and do that, but that doesn't mean that I'm not coming still, because I didn't come at the time that you thought I should have come. So God is going to bring it, and he's going to bring it at the right time. No, his timing is always perfect. Anyway, the second one I want to give you is Romans chapter 8 verse 28. And this says, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them that are called according to his purpose. So it's like everything that's happening, whether it feels good or it doesn't feel good, is happening for a reason. There's a purpose in it. And you see at the end it says, all things work together for good for those who love the Lord and are called according to their purpose. So everything that is happening for a reason. There's a purpose for it. I go through some painful seasons, but in my head I'm like, okay, I gotta grow through this, and I choose to grow through it. And you think it's easy? It's tiring mentally to always have that mindset, oh, you know what, I'm gonna grow through this, I'm gonna grow through. That doesn't mean that at times my feelings don't get hurt, I don't get offended sometimes, but I need to tell myself, you know what, I choose to grow through this, rather than taking offense and holding on to this thing and dwelling on it. I'm gonna choose to let it go. And you choose it, even though sometimes my feelings might get hurt, but I want to grow. That my intention is to grow. So I'm gonna tell myself, no, you're not holding on to this, let go of this. It's okay. You grow through this. You want to move forward. I always tell myself I want to move forward. So even if I want to get upset about something or my feelings get hurt, I say if I continue dwelling here, I'm not gonna move forward. So I need to let this go in order for me to move forward. And that happened there. It wasn't nice. It hurt me, but it's happened for my good, because then I learned to develop. I grew during that situation. And you gotta choose to grow. You gotta be intentional about it. God always, you said you want patience. God is gonna give you situations where you gotta exercise patience, and that's how you're gonna develop your patience. Anyway, the last one I want to give you is Galatians chapter 6 verse 9, and this is one that I'm using right now. It's encouraging me right now to keep going. And it says, just give me a second. Yeah, okay. It says, and let us not be weary in well doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. And I recite that to myself a lot. Like, you're doing the right thing. You're growing. You're making all this progress, but you're getting tired, and you feel like every time you move an inch up, the finish line moving an inch up too. Like, it's like if it's running away from you. But I encourage myself knowing that, you know, in due season I shall reap. In due season meaning at a specific time. It's not time yet, it's not due yet, but it's coming, and I shouldn't get weary doing what is right, because in time come I'm going to reap what I sow, you know. And I want to reap well, so I'm going to try my best to do well. Anyway, I hope these verses are an encouragement to you when you feel tired during the process. And just know that sometimes when you feel like giving up, like you feel like at that point where you're about to give up, you might been, let's say you've been through 10 years and you feel like, oh my gosh, it's been a long time and you want to give up. Just hold on there, because the end of that season, you know, that rooted season where God is tilling up the ground and building, getting the root, planting and making the ground good and everything, that season could be almost over. Just when you decide to step off is when God is thinking to bring out whatever he has. So just think about it this way. I've been through 10 years and maybe have 2 more years to go, maybe 1 more year, maybe a day more or something. I don't know how long more, but it could be that close. If I give up now, then I wouldn't reap everything, you know, that is out there for me to reap. I could put all the 10 years would go to waste. So think about it. You spend 10 years doing the right thing, and then all of a sudden you decide to do, you know, step off. And then God is like, where are you going? I was bringing, you know, where are you going? So anyway, I hope that was an encouragement. This is an encouragement to you to keep going. Don't give up. It could be tomorrow. It could be an hour from now. You don't know. But don't give up now, because if you give up, you may never know. You know, and it's not worth it to give up. Trust me, it's not worth it to give up. Just think about everything. You gotta imagine whatever it takes for you to just hold on there. Well, it gotta be something that is right, that's good. You know what, whatever it takes for you to hold on there. Like these verses are good. You know, you put it in your heart and you keep it there and you recite it every time you feel like giving up. Every time you want to give up, listen to other people's stories that encourage you, inspire you to keep going. You know, do things that are going to keep you on the course. Don't listen to people that talking, you know, I don't know, it's been so long and nothing happened. Like, don't entertain those kind of thoughts and those kind of people. You decide what you're gonna feed your brain with. You know, healthy foods. We want to grow healthy. We want to develop healthy thoughts, and so you don't want to feed yourself junk and then expect to put forth something good. You know, so just keep encouraging yourself. Keep going. Don't give up. You know, you might get tired, take a break, do something relaxing, and get at it again. Listen to somebody motivational, inspiring, you know. Find a verse and hold on to it and don't let go. Just keep going. Anyway, thank you for listening, and see you in my next video. Bye.